Oh. What's that? Let me go sit right here.
Who?
You, because the webcam, you can't be out of the webcam.
Oh. Hi, webcam.
Hey everybody, happy Throwback Thursday.
I'm here all like adjusting my hair.
We waiting for you guys to come on in. Come on in, tell a friend to tell a friend to come holler at us because we live. We live and we got a lot to talk about. You heard me? So make sure you guys are following us on social media.
Right.
You can catch us on IG at the Divas Lounge, Facebook Divas Lounge, and Twitter the Divas underscore Lounge. But of course, we got all of that info on the screen for you guys tonight. Man, there's so much going on in the world right now. How are you staying sane, Miss Anaya Sunshine?
Newsflash. I called you on the phone. She was gonna ask me that question, and she's like my lifeline. And here she goes.
Listen, we got to keep each other afloat, okay? Because it is rough and tough out here. We're just posting, letting everybody know that we are online, and I cannot forget about my YouTube people. What up, YouTube world? I've been neglecting you guys.
That's right.
Forgetting that you guys are over there. It's live, it's Lily, and I want to let you guys know that I will be not counting you guys out, okay?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
We're
I'm sorry. We really are sorry, but we are live on Facebook and on YouTube, so there are two sources for you to be able to tune into the show. I know a lot of people are YouTube heads, so it's all good. It's all good.
Oh, Gucci.
I didn't turn on. There we go. I'm like, hold on now.
She need her voice.
I need to hear my voice. Their voice there.
Me.
Me, 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 me. Yeah. I've been taking it easy. My stress reliever has been working out.
She's not lying.
Working out. I'm telling you.
She's serious.
When fitness people say work out to relieve the stress, to relieve it, it's true. It's like the best thing since sliced bread because you can just get it all out without really hurting someone. So you can take it out on the weights, you can take it out on your own body. You know, you can be punching the wind, mother sick of this doggone. When you got to do that 1, 1, 2, 1. You know, so yeah, you ain't got those problems, son, because you don't need to work out.
But I do work out.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, you know. Yeah, it's good to work out. No matter if the body is right, it's still good to stay healthy if you can.
Honestly, nobody's body is right. You know what I'm saying? You can look at a person and they look slender and everything, and you could compare it to a voluptuous person, and that voluptuous person might be healthier than that slender person because they neglect, the essentials. They don't eat the right vitamins. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't do what they're supposed to do. Plug vitamins, Nutriburst, my dog right here.
That part, hey, the plug. Listen, and speaking of voluptuous women, you seen with Lizzo, right? Because they always talking about Lizzo. And she made a TikTok video working out and letting people know that, hey, just because I don't look like a model doesn't mean that I'm not working out, okay? Like, I work out every day, but I eat and I do what I want,
Right.
But you can tell because she's a performer that she does work out a lot. However, it's kind of difficult to understand the method of like, okay, how is she not losing the weight?
That's a good question. A lot of times we don't know that the foods that we eat may allow us to retain water and waste. So you could be sitting there working out, and you're not knowing that the foods that you're eating is adding extra pounds on you, Maybe,
Right.
maybe you don't drink enough water.
Now that's a big factor. If you're not drinking that water and getting those toxins to move and filter out your lungs and testicle walls,
You need to.
you're tripping.
You see this right here? I know this is like some typical island thing, whatever. We always have some like magic tonic, or my dad. He's like I said, he's African American and Cherokee, so he always comes with some tonic as well. I always call it tonic to make him laugh.
Oh, the tonic water?
No, anything
Okay.
that he makes that's natural, I always say is some type of tonic
Okay.
to drink, which I don't care because he's. My dad used to even make me eat protein gummy bears. That's how healthy my father is. They were brown.
Protein gummy bears.
Yeah, see, I went. He used to go to this health store in North Miami, and they're still open. It's been open for a long time, and he's like, "Oh, these are gummy bears. These are good for you. They're healthy. They're protein." They were brown. They were the nastiest thing I ever tasted, aside from this ginger gum from Thailand that had no sugar. I thought it had at least a little bit of sugar on it.
Right.
No, my dad was having it. My dad was like, yeah, no kid, fitness all day. But right here, what I have is also um, good for you. It's green tea with ginseng and honey, and then I have lemon slices. I have lime slices, and I have just a little bit of mint. You know, like you take one stick and you just put the mint in there.
Right. The
So-
only kind of thing for me with the detox when you add the fruit, it makes me more thirstier because it's really like a detox.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's like I have to during the day I have to have a lot of water. I
Yeah, I
prefer
bring
water versus the fruit water because it just makes me extra parched.
I'm not
for
gonna lie
some
because I
reason.
can down this right here and I need water.
Right. And you need freaking water.
You need water. Period.
So, but we have a great show for you guys tonight. All right. Please make sure when you come in, if you can please support the show, if you can like the video and comments, we will really appreciate it. We want you guys to get involved. You are our co-host, so we want you to be a part of the show. All right.
Yeah.
We have a Tennessee resident that go by the name of Austin Tolliver. There he is on the screen.
Hey.
His genre is a mixture of country and rap.
Okay.
So it's very interesting because he's from Louisiana and you know it's kind of diverse out there with the music. So I can understand the reasoning of him intertwining two genres together. I can dig it. So
Okay.
we're going to be talking to him, listening to his music. Around 8:30 he's going to be coming into the show. And we also have Coach Lena. You guys are used to her being on every Thursday, so you know who she is. And she'll be on at 8 o'clock to give us life tips, you know, how we can continue to make it through this pandemic.
Definitely love her life tips.
Yes, because it's really, really tough for people out here. So, you know, voting right now is very, very important, you guys. So
Yes.
if you are in any one of these cities, please make sure that you are going out and you're exercising your right to vote. It's just sad that in the midst of us still dealing with us being killed like dogs in the streets, they always, you know, the people that we already know that's oppressing us, they're not making it easy for our votes to count. Not only that, but just us to be able to go up to the polls and just vote and leave like they do in the white communities.
No.
It's being shown in Atlanta and in African American communities that the lines are atrocious. They're coming out saying, oh, the machines are not working. Oh, they're down. Oh, you're going to have to wait. And they are literally waiting hours so that people can just say, forget it. I'm out.
Right. Okay.
And we don't need to do that. We need to really, really, and I'm glad, shout out to all my peoples in Atlanta that stayed and they stood in that line. They stood in the paint to make sure that, you know, we got this thing right.
I mean, all I can say is for right now, because of this COVID situation, you have all the time in the world to wait in line till it's time for you to vote.
Right.
All the time in the world. Like, all the time in the world for you to vote. Also for other people, listen, if you're not registered voter, you really need to really go and get yourself registered before it's time for you to vote, because Just like in the past, there's going to be things that they're going to tell you, oh, you're not registered, you cannot vote. And I said a little highlight today with my girl right here because we're friends. Like, even though this you're watching us, we're friends after this. So we always talk all the time. And I want you guys to think about this aspect when you're talking about police manipulating or, controlling an environment.
Right.
Why were urban cities always targeted? Why were they so targeted in aspect when it comes to neighborhoods and things of that nature?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And what happens? Boom. If I arrest you, you get charged. You don't have the right to vote. So all of our women and all our men are getting targeted for crimes they didn't commit, right?
Right.
So that way, even if they get released, they cannot vote. And that's what they were doing for years. Yes, we have some things that's changed now, but I need you guys to rethink. I need you guys to really think, and really see what you're seeing on the TV. I really like what Cuomo said today. He showed a clip. You remember the clip?
Right.
And he said his opinion. So here's what we're gonna say. If you are for us, right? Black Lives Matter, then this year's election, those that are not people of color, those that are not like us, I need you to make that vote count. I need you to not only march and, do the rah rah shish kumbah stuff, and we appreciate it. Just don't get twisted. We do appreciate all the support, but we need more than just people singing and holding hands. That was Martin Luther King. God bless him. He was an amazing person. They did that. We are in 2020. It has not changed. So we need more than just photos on the internet, videos on the internet, signs, picket signs, things of that nature. We need more than that because we need America to wake up from the illusion that they can oppress a certain demographic of people, but have a constitution that say that all people are created equal. If that was the case, that all people were created equal, then why? Okay, then why are we targeted? We're gonna go right on a break right quick. So just check us out. Remember, we're on WMRR Music News Talk on the Divas Lounge.
going down. Shit getting real, really, really real right here on WMRR. Listen, you guys, we have an amazing giveaway that I'm going to tell you guys about tonight.
Really?
Meaning that you're going to have to be tuned into the show to win this giveaway, okay? I got Miss Doris in the building. Say hello to the people.
Whoop, whoop. What's up, y'all?
There go the owner of WMRR with that beautiful shortcut, honey. Yes, honey. So, as you were saying, Anaya, before we cut off.
Right. Yeah, so you know what I mean, like it's important, like I said, for us to make other people understand that aside from, you know, doing the protest with us, aside from raising voices, all right, now we got the world's attention. If you look on, if you look on social media, if you even turn on the radio, on every country and every dial, they're talking about the Black Lives Matter movement.
And this is what I can't dig. These companies, they're really showing their asses. They're really showing their asses, and they're showing that they really never really stood for black people. And that now that they realize that we are willing to cancel your ass at any cost because we run the market when it comes to dollars. We spend $1 trillion every year as African American people to be only 16% of the population. However, now a lot of companies want to get on board. Now they want to, oh, I'm for Black Lives Matter. Oh, this, that, and that. Like Starbucks did. And did you hear what Starbucks did?
No.
Starbucks has banned their employees from wearing anything that supports the Black Lives Matter movement. And this is after that they posted on their IG how they are in solidarity with the Black Lives movement, that they support. They're going to be, like the situation that happened last time with the two black men who were had a small business. They went into Starbucks, and then the white guy attacked them, their employee, and then that was a big thing. And they started to do like diversity trainings within Starbucks. So black people was like, okay, we see y'all, we see that y'all at least trying to make a change. And that was at the time when nobody was still really caring, and they stepped up. But what came out is the memo that they are sending to their employees. They're sending these memos telling them this, and they're saying that they allow them to wear pins to support the LGBTQ community, that they're really big on that. So they don't, and they have expressed to them how they want to support these different types of groups. So the employees are upset because they looked at Black Lives Matter as nothing different than any other group that they are supporting.
That's why, as a fellow islander, I am proud to say, I may not drink non-coffee, I drink tea. So, sorry.
And it's messed up because they have some good frappes. I love the little skinny white frappe, you know what I'm saying?
May not drink non-coffee.
This is what we're doing now. It's absurd. It's absurd.
I feel it's like this, you know what I'm saying? Again. Why are these things happening? Why are they being accepted? Because, of course, it is nothing but history repeating itself over and over and over again with a different vessel and face or whatever, but it's the same crap. Until all that are watching, and like I said, because of COVID-19, all were able to watch. There was no, oh, we need to see the footage. Oh, maybe he said something wrong.
Right.
Oh, maybe he violated the law. You saw what happened to that man. You heard what happened to that girl. Her mother has a campaign with a lot of famous musicians saying "Say Her Name," the "Say Her Name" campaign, and among others. These are the same individuals who do cruelty, that turn around and kill a teenage boy, and then turn around and take the gun and sell it to the highest bidder. Okay? And I'm going to say the name, Trayvon Martin. Okay? These are the same people that turned around and pulled a girl over and said that she did an illegal turn, and she did not do an illegal turn or signal change, nothing. These are the same people that killed a man while with his child and his queen, and all he was doing was reaching for an ID.
Yeah, we just sick of the fraud, you know. So like I was stating back with the voting, a lot of people in Florida may not know this, but Florida is a closed primary state. So what does that mean? That means that only registered voters who are either a Republican, well, I can't talk right now,
Republican or
a
Democrat.
Republican or Democrat party affiliation are only eligible to vote in the primary elections.
That
That
is
is
it.
crazy. So if you are registered as an independent, you are ineligible to vote
You
in the
can't vote.
presidential primary
You
election
can
on August the 18th.
right. You can't vote there.
You
cannot
can't vote,
No.
and this is the problem. So we need to get this out there because if you
Right.
are not registered as a Republican or a Democrat, you cannot vote. This is crazy.
And I want you guys to understand when you see these people in front of your Dollar Trees, in front of your Family Dollars, your Walmarts, your Winn Dixies, and they're asking you all year
All
long,
year long.
especially in Florida, all year long, because they know the truth about the voting process. They know. I work for
But
the
this,
county.
and it be helping though. The
Yeah.
thing is, us, our black culture, they're afraid to give out their information. So
Right.
when they're asking you, okay, we need your personal information, people are hesitant. They're like, what, you gonna send a popos on me? Like, I know I got a warrant or whatever the case may be, but it is solely to help get you registered to vote. And there's a lot of things that you cannot do in the state of Florida if you are not a registered voter.
Right.
And we also need to be filling out the census form.
You got to fill them out.
This is the only way we're going to be accounted for as a people. This is the
Yes.
only way that we can be able to get the things we need in our community.
Right.
So this is what we need you guys to do. You need to change your party affiliation here, right there on the screen. If you have to screenshot this poster right now, please. And the deadline to change your party's affiliation to either Republican or Democrat, because of the fact that's how they want it, because
Yes.
they want to make sure that a lot of us don't get our vote in.
Exactly.
So we have to do this, ladies and gentlemen. We want change. Everything that's going on right now with police brutality, systematic oppression, and all of these things that are not geared towards black people, this is a stand. I want you guys to understand that our vote does count when it comes to the state voting, meaning
Exactly.
governors, mayors, judges, state legislators, your mayors,
Right.
okay, your chief, your chefs of the police station, all of that we create. We
Right.
are the ones
We're the one
that
that
put
elect
them
them
in the position.
Yes,
All right.
exactly.
So screenshot that. Please make sure you go and you register to vote by July the 20th. This is very important because again, Florida is a closed primary state.
That's
You
right.
can't go stand in the lines like they're doing in other
No, you cannot.
states.
No,
It's
you
not going
cannot.
to happen.
It's not.
Okay?
It's not going to happen. And I'm telling you right now. Like I said, I work the elections. I know what it's all about. That's not going to happen. So please, this is something that you need to do. You need to do this ASAP. We are trying to break the modernized version of Jim Crow laws because it's modernized. It's still there.
Exactly.
Jim Crow is still here. We need to
Definitely.
break it indefinitely so we don't have any reminders. We don't have any flashback stories. We don't have to tell our kids, hey, it's 6 o'clock. Time for you to get to the house.
Definitely.
Come on, man. It got to stop. This has to stop. My grandmother, my mother, my father is still talking about don't be late. I know you work late, but be careful. Drive a certain way. My grandmother who went through it. My dad who went through it. My mom's from a different country, so she hears from what my dad went through.
Mm-hmm.
Those right there, that's 2 generations already
Right.
that has been conditioned to believe that there's fear in the streets after a certain hour or time of the day or night.
Right.
Okay, different neighborhoods and etc. This has to stop.
People.
Definitely. So make sure that you guys, when you come through, if you can please like the video, comment, let us know that you are here. I'm going to put the number on the screen. We would love for you guys to get involved, be a part of the show. You are our co-host, so we really do appreciate you guys rocking out with us tonight. Um, Shortly, we're going to have Coach Lena that's going to be coming on the line. The number is right there on the screen, you guys. So, yes, please make sure that you support and like the video on here on Facebook. And if you're on YouTube, what up, YouTube?
Hey.
Y'all make sure that y'all like and y'all subscribe over on that side as well. 9 o'clock is the announcement time. I'm going to let you know how I can put some money in your hands, so you do not want to miss it. Tell a friend to tell a friend to follow us and be tuned in right here on Divas Lounge. You hear me? Now, like we were saying, we're talking about voting. We're talking about, you know, how we all have to come together to make a change for our future kids and their kids. Because we may unfortunately not be able to witness the change in our lifetime.
Right.
You know, we've been at this for 450 years as a people. And I know one day feels like 1,000 days, 1,000 days, and 1,000 days feel like one day. But as long as we got God and we get out there and we really do what we need to do by putting our boots on the ground, and when the sun and the TV cameras and the protesting stops, that we still out there getting it, that we're still organizing and we're being involved. We cannot let the hype die down. Okay. So. Get into some celebrity news. It's Throwback Thursday. Oh, gotta give a major shout out to our sponsors. You want to show them closer to the webcam there.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is vodka. All right. It is amazing. It's smooth. It's 7 times distilled. And the amazing thing is that it's by one of our brothers. This is a black-owned business, okay?
Yes,
he is straight out of Liberty City. Came from the gutters of the gutters, and he was able to come out and create his own liquor company.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And he definitely made sure he kept the ladies in mind for it. It's strawberry infused, so it's a strawberry vodka. You don't get any hangovers, and let me tell you, there's no aftertaste. Don't you hate when you have an aftertaste? Like, ugh, I can't stand an aftertaste. So you guys make sure you follow Boca. Their information is right there on the screen. They are also in many of local liquor stores around town.
Yeah.
He just got a new location in Boynton Beach. So all our Palm Beach people, y'all make sure that y'all check him out and support the brand. You heard me? We got Coach Lena coming through very shortly. But I'm so excited because what has been keeping a lot of us sane, definitely in the black culture, is verses.
Yeah.
Shout out to Swiss Beats and Timberland for putting the culture on for the people. I love it that we're so smart and innovative, and we're trendsetters, and we're able to come up with things that keeps us going. So even though this doesn't have anything to do with verses, I'm just excited that there's been a lot of concerts, because you know, music soothes my soul. I don't know about you, but music really makes me happy. You know, it helps me through my trying times. It ain't nothing like singing a song and you be crying at the same time. You know, so big ups to my girl Fantasia, because she has partnered with the Fillmore, and they are going to be doing a virtual concert on this Friday.
Nice.
Which is tomorrow. All right, there it is. Tomorrow, June 12th at 8 p.m. You can subscribe at fantasia.live. And Sister Girl can sing, and you know she's going to take us to church. In the midst of what's going on, all the emotions are going to come out. Fantasia know how to bring that out of you. Okay? She's so beautiful, and I love her relationship with her husband. They do a lot of lives where they come on, and they're very conscious. Her man is very conscious. You can tell he taught her, you know, like the game. So I love it. They're very wise people. They're making sure that they're always giving back. So let's support. Ain't nothing like a Fantasia concert. That's all I got to say.
Her or Kiki Wyatt.
Listen.
That lady is iconic. When I hear her sing, I start crying. Just saying.
That lady so blessed.
Yeah.
God bless her voice and her womb, because I ain't never seen nobody pop out that many babies back to back to back to back to back. Like Kiki Wyatt.
So pretty.
You know, she's gorgeous. So she just had her ninth baby. I really liked her and her ex-husband together, but hey, we liked it, but they didn't like each other, you know. So that was that. Listen, everyone is mad at B Simone. Girl, baby girl, what's going on? What happened?
What's she talking about?
Listen, Black people has canceled out B Simone twice within 30 days. The first one is when she decided to come out because she didn't say anything about Black Lives Matter. Okay, and so they was like, are you gonna say anything? And when she said something, she was like, look, I'm a Christian, you know, I'm gonna do things the Christian way. And everybody was like, well, when you be talking about sucking peen and bending over, where's the Christianity then? You ain't screaming you a Christian then.
Was
So
that Black Twitter?
You know it was Black Twitter that tore her ass up. So they canceled her about 2 weeks off of that. And then she just had a little interview with Nick Cannon. Shout out to Nick Cannon. And he was, I think he's trying to like hook her up, like help, you know, because for some reason B Simone can't find a man. Baby girl.
No comment.
Baby girl, she can't find a man. So she said this to Nick Cannon. He did an interview with her, and she basically said, look, I'm an entrepreneur, all right? So it's difficult for me to date a man that has a 9 to 5. I don't want a man that works a 9 to 5. That right there alone turned everybody off. And everybody was going in. So I'm going to let you listen to the video of what she had to say.
Precious Lord.
He can't have a 9 to 5.
What? Why not? You don't want him to have an honest job?
He can't have a 9 to 5.
What? Why not? You don't want him to have an honest job?
I mean, he could be a hustling entrepreneur.
So you want him to be you want CEO status?
Yes.
Okay, he can't
So
like he can't clock in and clock out.
No.
Damn, B
I think
Simone.
entrepreneurs should date entrepreneurs.
Okay, but still, there's people who have really good jobs with vocational skills. If he's a mechanic,
I'm sure, but no, you're not gonna understand my lifestyle. You're not gonna understand why I'm up at 3 a.m.
Damn, you're making this harder for me. Okay, all right.
You know, he has to be an entrepreneur,
a business owner. He getting one of them stimulus packages from Donald Trump, one of them small business loans, and he ain't buying jewelry with it.
Or moving into that direction.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, hold on. She said what?
Oh, we're back. So yeah, you heard what she said. My thing is this. I don't understand why people are getting so upset that she said she wouldn't date a man 9 to 5. That doesn't take away from you as a person working 9 to 5. Why people took that such to heart to make it seem like she was talking directly to them? I don't.
I think when it comes to, especially when it comes to influencers and stuff like that,
They can't hear you.
People tend to idealize their influencers to a certain degree, like they have no flaws or they don't say anything wrong. I'm sorry, certain things be bothering me. I'm going crazy. But so what I'm saying is, I think she didn't think about what was asked. I think she didn't hear the question.
No, it wasn't a question that was asked. It was just about what is it that she's looking for, and she's like, look, I'm an entrepreneur. And a man that works 9 to 5 may not understand my lifestyle. Like when I'm up 3 o'clock in the morning and I got to put in all these orders and, My schedule is all over the place. Like, I think
But
maybe also she's like, I want us to be able, like, if you're an entrepreneur and I'm an entrepreneur, and then it's like, okay, if we want to take a trip, or if you got a meeting in Atlanta, and then I know I got to go do something, it's like, okay, we can go together, we can do things together because we're on the same.
it depends. It depends because I've seen people where both parties are entrepreneurs and the family is like, no. And then I've seen it where it was a 9 to 5 and the other person was the entrepreneur. It's not about what they are particularly doing. It's their mind. That person has to welcome the fact that you live a certain way and you want to groove a certain way and you want things at a certain place and a certain time and your deadlines for yourself and goals aside from relationship goals as well. It's more than just entrepreneur. He could be an entrepreneur, my nigga, and be sitting there throwing papers every day. Know what I'm saying? That's an entrepreneur. He doesn't have a 9 to 5.
And that's what she said. She said, I don't care if you sell drugs. I don't care if you're a rapper. She went to that extent.
I think she was trying to just hint out her love and passion for the baby. Yeah.
Well, he definitely doesn't want her, but I just feel like, this is what I'm saying. When you mind your business and you don't care too much about what the next person is doing, it's not going to affect you so much. What people need to stop doing is leaning on your influencers and your celebrities.
Yeah.
Because when you put people on a pedestal, you're going to always be disappointed, boo-boo. Because people are people. Yeah. And when you don't know people, the problem is it gives you the illusion and the room to assume and to think that someone is when they may not be, and then that's when the disappointment lies. Accept people for who they are. Like, everybody got their own kind of thing as far as what they like, what they don't like, even when it comes to type, people, places, and things. So if she feels like, okay, a 9 to 5 man ain't gonna work for her, why are y'all mad?
Or maybe she dated a 9 to 5 man.
That's what she said.
And it just didn't work out and gave her bad taste in her mouth. And that's what she said.
And you gotta, let's be realistic, ladies, that are ones that are so also hurt, men too. Egos bruised. Like, no one's saying working a 9 to 5 is bad. That's a lot of people make a lot of money. Like Nick saying, hey, there's a lot of people that are making 100K, 200K a year that's working a 9 to 5. But she's not degrading that. She's just saying she needs someone to be on the same level as her. And we know that if you, as a woman, you're going out late at night, or you may not be able to be attentive to your man, you gonna tell me he ain't gonna have a problem with that? You gonna tell me that he ain't gonna mind being in the bed 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning while you out, you traveling and doing what you need to do? That ain't gonna be no relationship. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, it does take a special type of man to be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I get it, I understand it. Like, I'm gonna let my boo do you. When I see you, I see you. Like, it's an understanding. But 9 times out of 10, a man is trying to control the situation, and a man want to be attentive. He wants you to be there in the bed with him at night. If that's the regular lifestyle that he lives. Right. It is a difference between an office man and a man that's an entrepreneur. There is a difference in lifestyle.
Of course.
So that's all she was saying, and y'all beating the girl up and taking shit personal, like thinking she talking about you and that she degrading your 9 to 5. Like, stop it.
Right. I think, like I said, everybody has their own experiences, and maybe that's what happened with her. Is that because I'm gonna think in her aspect. Sometimes when it's called the Zelda complex. I don't know if you guys know what the Zelda complex is.
Nah, what's the Zelda complex?
Okay, the Zelda complex is based on the story of the Fitzgeralds. Not the singer, but the Fitzgeralds, the white family that was high in society. Zelda, which that's not her real name, but they gave her Zelda. Zelda Fitzgerald married a man, last name Fitzgerald, who became an American writer, one of the greatest American writers, so they say, of all time. When she first met the guy, he was totally different. He was new, he was exciting, he was a writer. She was into the bad boy type, but it was something that looked good on her.
Okay.
At first, she adored him. But then when he ended up striking it big for his prolific writing abilities and started to make stories and books were getting published, that love and admiration suddenly changed. Zelda became a psycho. Zelda became trying to be suicidal. Zelda became toxic.
Okay.
So I think for her, what I'm saying, maybe she experienced something similar to that. Not saying like suicidal, but a toxic relationship based on at first you like me for my ambitious nature and characteristics, but then as soon as you really got in a relationship with me, the love turned into hate, jealousy, anger, and just pure toxicity. And I think that's probably what she was trying to say is that she needs someone who can understand the life of an entrepreneur and the scheduling and the things that she has going on for her, which is her comedy, her makeup line, and whatever else she has on her plate. I think that's what she was trying to say, but did not say.
Mm. Thank you for everyone who's tuning in right now. We're talking about B. Simone being canceled again by Black Twitter because she said she preferred an entrepreneur man than a man that works 9 to 5. If you're coming in, please support and like the video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. What up, YouTube? The other side of the world. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe on that end. I have a special announcement at 9 p.m. We're doing a giveaway, so I'm gonna let you know how you can get this money that we're trying to put in your hand. But you got to make sure you're following the Divas Lounge and WMRR. All right. We got Austin Tolliver coming through at 8:30. He's an artist out of Tennessee, and he's gonna be coming to talk about his latest projects and what he has going on. All right. So, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, you got to do what's best for you. Okay?
That's it. It's not easy being an entrepreneur, though. It's not. It really isn't.
It's not. And the money doesn't come as quickly. The thing is, B. Simone, she just made her first million. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So she said she good. And the thing is, some women, once they get to a status like that, they're really not looking at the man for his money anymore at that point. In some ways, in some females.
Right.
Because there's a lot of men that are intimidated by that. You get what I'm saying? So it takes a special type of man like I say. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Will Sirius. My bad. I'm just seeing your Lena, you gotta come in on the chat, boo. What's up? Yes, Will, I got you. I got you on that NutriBurst. Yo, he is gonna be back at No Means tomorrow. So everybody who is looking to get out because you've been quarantined for too long, you want to get out and you want to party, you want to drink, you want to dance, meet us tomorrow at No Means. It's in North Miami off of 125th. I'll put the information on at the Divas Lounge page, and it's also already on WMRR IG. All right, so big ups to him. You can check out his show on Sundays. What up, niece? I got my niece in the building all the way from Gainesville. What up, gal? All right, so 6ix9ine and Nicki Minaj.
Another song.
They got another song coming out.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people is pissed off.
For what?
They pissed off that she is collaborating with the snitch.
That's cool and all, but guess what? The snitch gave her that bag before you went in. She's just trying to she sees the trend that he's doing, and she's trying to just, get a couple more checks.
Well, Nicki already has money, so it's not really too much of a big bag that he could have gave Nicki. I mean, she actually helped his ass out as far as what I think, because she's already set. I mean, let's be real. Right. But they have a new song coming out. I love them, like, as a little duo. Mm-hmm. They're so cute to me because they're both colorful. Look at the swag. But I don't know if you guys know, but Nicki is a self-proclaimed blood. And her man is a blood as well.
Right.
Now, according to the street code, the gang code, You don't supposed to be fucking with snitches, because snitches get stitches.
Okay, so where it was at the protest then? Since they wanted to oppose. I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, you know, we had baby son that worked for Al Capone. I don't think he would have been soft like that if something was going around in his community and he didn't do nothing about it or try to do something. And you worried about Nicki Minaj and this nigga here.
They like, look, you going against the code. You in a gang, you a blood. Like, we don't deal with snitches, and they're upset that she's actually doing this collaboration with them.
Hey, what's up?
So, you know, the streets are mad, but
Yeah.
you know, Nicki Minaj and hold on.
Wait.
So, come in.
Come.
So I don't think I have the song. I don't think I have
No,
the
the
song.
song is not gonna be released until 12 o'clock today.
Okay.
The video's gonna drop at 12.
Right.
a.m.
Well, they said they was like, oh, they're gonna tease it. They're trying to see
Yeah.
if they're gonna do the thing. You know what I'm saying? If they're gonna drop it or not. That's what Nikki said on her IG. So I'm excited. I liked it the last song. Say it again.
That's my best friend crawling on the floor since I was 5 years old. I don't know why she's doing that, but I want to be seen. Looking like this.
Yeah, so Nikki put on her IG, like, should I troll tonight? You know, with this troll or nah? And she added 6ix9ine, so we'll see. I'm gonna bring on Lena in just a few. Y'all make sure that y'all are following us on IG and on Facebook. We are live over there on YouTube as well. So we're gonna take a little break.
Yep.
I'm gonna play this video that I think is super dope, that I think, you know, we need to hear. It's another perspective about what's going on from a white man's perspective. So you guys check it out. And I'll be right back with Coach Lena.
White people, us. Upper crust. In God we rust. Use Jesus to be racist. Rob land you trust. Slave master us. We the sun, you the dust. Clean our pus as we rape you with lust. Start a fuss? Okay, Civil War us. You fight for us. Emancipation Proclamation, we don't give a fuck. You stay stuck. 40 acres and a mule, don't be a fool. We own the sky, don't look up. No reparation us. Segregation us. Back of that bus. You want rights? Find you in the night, hang you from a tree. Sister, take a picture. Family gathering. But we like the way you sing. We steal your music. You know what makes you feel free? Off you make more money us. You funny to us. Entertain us. Tell us a fable. Eat at our table? You brainless. Start a business? You want to compete? We the bank. What'd you think? Ever heard of Black Wall Street? Burn your church. You nothing worth. Sorry about Martin Luther King. But look how fast you run. Look at you get airborne. Put you in a uniform. Damn, you're better than us. But don't forget, you're still dumb. Plus, we own the team. So we gave you this dream. Nice people us. What? How are we mean? We vulture for your culture. Slavery. Oh, me. That was so long ago. Everything was clean when we set you free. Even gave guns and drugs to your community. Aw, look at the poor kid on crack. It's so sad to be black, but we're not gonna help. All we care about's ourselves, white people us. What up? Oblivious. Elect Trump. Invalidate your feelings. I can't believe you're kneeling. I'm in so much disgust. How do you not love a country about you that doesn't give a fuck? White people us. Pretentious. It's ridiculous. On the same bus, we get after school detention. You 50 years in private prison. We citation. Brock Turner, you murdered. White cop, paid vacation. Don't know how to listen, afraid to lose our position. Don't know what it's like, cause we're white. People, us, need to wake the fuck up. We created this racist society, so obviously it's on us to change it into equality. Fucking duh.
Yeah, man, that was powerful.
Mm-hmm.
That was like really breaking some shit down. And I need every white person to play that in their household while they're discussing why Black Lives Matter.
True.
Because we know that the history has been lost on both ends. We don't even have the history that we used to have growing up, even though we knew it was distorted in our, in our time in high school and things of that nature.
Of
So,
course.
but without further ado, we got Coach Elena.
Boom, 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 boom,
On
boom.
the
Hey,
line.
ladies. Hey,
Hey,
ladies. I like my new
girlfriend.
do
Ooh,
this
I like
week.
the hair again.
Yup. All for you
Listen,
guys. How are you guys doing this week?
we're doing
Good.
great. Now you're a bit little blurry. Are you on
I am.
Wi-Fi?
No, it was raining here in New Jersey, so I had to switch to my phone because my Wi-Fi. Hold on, let me see.
Yes, so that's Coach Lena. I'm gonna put her information on the screen so that you guys can be able to hit her up.
You
That's a
guys
bit better. That's way
hear me
better
now?
right there.
Now?
Yes, but your volume, you're kind
Okay,
of low.
okay.
How is she coming through?
Okay. How about now?
Yes. All right. So what do you
Okay.
got for the people tonight, girlfriend?
So tonight I have a plethora of topics to bring to you guys, starting with Is America Out of Control? I had a great conversation this week about all the riots and Mr. George Floyd's, funeral service and going home service. So with all of that, I want to talk to you guys about that today. I want to talk about you guys. Juneteenth celebrations and what that means to us as African Americans and what we can do to start to celebrate things that mean more to us, such as Juneteenth. And we want to talk about having positive feedback, making sure. Do you guys know that June is Black Music Month? And we're also going to talk about mental healing in our short little time today, guys. Can you guys hear me?
Awesome. That's
Nice.
awesome.
Okay, so today I just had a good question, and one of my good girlfriends asked me a good question today, and I told her that I would talk to the audience about it today. And her question is that she was, it's her boyfriend's birthday or somebody she's dating, and they're not serious, meaning that they've been dating, they've been pretty much making sure they've been only seeing one another and catering to each other's needs. So kind of exclusive without, making it all the way. But she wanted to get him a gift. And the question is, what type of guy do you not mind spending your money on, ladies? So I wanted to ask that to the audience.
What
And
type of guy you don't mind spending your money on?
for an expensive gift, like what kind of characteristics? Of course, he's nice and he reciprocates this to you, but when you got to come out of your pocket, ladies, what makes you say, I'm going to buy this guy, sky's the limit, this guy deserves it? What kind of guy is that? So I wanted to give her some type of advice.
Right, all the daddy qualities.
My daddy, I ain't buying nobody nothing.
Oh, okay.
Look.
Well,
No, well, I'm a giver, so you don't have to be married to me. You don't have to be my dad. You could be a friend. Right. You could be a loved one, But when it comes to a man specifically, if he's taking care of home, taking care of his business, providing, loving, being attentive, we're working together as a couple, and you're happy. Happiness brings all kind of gifts, joy.
Okay, I'm with it. That's a great understanding.
Gifts.
I just wanted to throw that out to you guys.
Women gotta understand, it's not always about the man providing either. You have to be willing to spend on your man. And when I was in my dating days, that's what I did. I didn't look for a man to take me out and pay for my dinner all the time. I'm like, yo, okay, you got the movie tickets, I got the concession stand. All right, it was like either or. It's like, okay, you do this and I do that. And that's why a lot of men respected me because
Yeah, that's cool.
not my
Yeah.
course, that's not my stance. Like, you have to show that you are an independent woman. You know, just like we have our stereotypes with men, every man do think that every woman is a gold digger. Just like we think that every man is a dog.
Yes,
It's a
yes.
double standard.
I
Well,
don't know,
me,
because nowadays guys are turning into gold diggers. So, child, I don't.
right. So I was gonna
Right,
say that the
right.
flip
But
side
it's
of
still a
that
double
is that
standard.
plenty of guys out there are looking for women to take care of them and nurture them and provide things like their mom. We're not talking about these
Go
guys.
get
We're
their
talking about
mama.
the guys that are taking care of home, that are leaving you little notes in your lunch bag in the morning, thanking you for paying attention to them and working hard at further developing yourself. So I just, I don't really have a problem spending my money on somebody who I know is further developing their self so we can come together as a team and making that work together. Now, as for somebody who's acting every time it's my birthday or it's my time to reciprocate or get a gift, they're acting funny. They're giving me little pet rocks. Oh, I bought you the stamp collection
Right.
or little stuff. So those are not the type of men that I want to spend my money on. The type of guy that I want to spend my money on makes me feel good about spending my money on him. Like he wants to show,
Exactly.
Lena bought me this nice outfit. She knows that I want to further develop my career, so she bought me some books. Just putting it in general understanding. I think that women don't mind buying expensive gifts for guys that are going to give them credit for doing it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And everybody's not looking for
Agree.
credit, but just in general, people want the props and for you to say thank you, I appreciate you, and ain't nothing wrong with that, especially with all this stuff again.
Right.
All right.
Hmm.
So, ladies, I want to get to the real stuff, though. Okay.
Yes.
Come
The real stuff.
on, come on.
The real stuff today is America out of control, guys? And with the rioting, all the systemic racism going on, all of the violence going on between races, all of the inadequacies going on with the police officers, a lot of things are going on today. And I just wanted to make sure that people realize that we need some type of mental healing and we need to heal each other in the Black community. And I'm speaking as an African American first. And people are always saying all lives matters when they say Black lives matters. But since we're focusing on the Black African American individuals today, I would like to say we as the African American community need to heal. And that means going amongst ourselves and talking about the pertinent issues where it's very hard for us to talk about, where people hearts start palpitating, where their emotions start, where they start crying. And we need to heal that part within our community first before we look for other groups to recognize us and respect us. It can go coincide with it and
Facts.
go hand in hand, but we really do. Like I've been promoting, and I hate to say it, Minister Farrakhan all week. I've listened to some of his old speeches, and he's been right on
Yeah.
target 10 years ago, telling us that we need
Mm-hmm.
to repair our own communities and uplift each other first before, because what happens is that time never stops. And before we looked
Right.
up, another individual had been abused by another race, and we're sick of it. But in all of amongst all of that, we haven't had the ability to rectify the issues within our own community, which is giving other people the ability to say Black on Black crime and all this other crime is going on. What are you guys doing about that? So a group of young folks such as myself, and your audience can do this too, we're asking everybody to talk about those things that are kind of trying within our community. We started to touch it like with R. Kelly and the ability to have older men date younger women, or our young men like little Boosie's son being able to be exposed, sexually exposed at a young age, and that mean nothing to them, you know? So some of the things
Right.
that we need to talk
Exactly.
about and heal from, we need to
Right.
heal those issues and talk amongst each other in our own community. Because I've been saying, for example, this week I've been seeing, and I'm so proud to have seen this, a lot of Black owned business going up in groups on social media promoting Black owned businesses. But I also saw some
Right.
posts in the Black-owned business group that I just wanted to make sure, and this was a really good one. One of the business owners said, hey, I want to let people know there's a difference between a business and a hobby, because a lot of us Black folks have great hobbies and niches that we're wonderful at, and we do them without a business setup. And a business setup, I mean,
Right.
required, meaning that we pay our taxes, we set up a real business registration, we have provided all the real paperwork to make our business grow and be able to be privy to small business loans and things that all these other businesses are privy to. So that
Right.
caught my attention in the group, because I wanted to say to folks, we have put a lot of hard work, sweat, and tears, especially a young person such as myself, to make a business thrive, and especially as a Black young person, you know, and it required a lot of work, a lot of research, and me taking a leap of faith. But I want to make sure that in saying that, all the individuals know that want to start businesses, that you need to be ready to have your proper paperwork. This is not just something that we're doing. This is something that you want to make money
Exactly.
from and empower the community. So when you're doing nails, or if you have a service, please be certified to have that service, because I know that 2020 and moving forward, a lot of money is going to be filtered into the Black community and uplifting Black businesses like no other time before. But this is not the time to not have your paperwork. This is not the time to not develop and need what is out there to get you finances. You know what I mean? And that's going to give us a
Right.
bad name, because what I don't want to happen is all these people say we're going to promote Black businesses, and then they find out that a lot of the Black businesses are bogus because they don't have the proper paperwork. And I want to just speak to them about that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that was one of our topics. Another thing, check up on the children. What's up with the kids? We talked about them 3 weeks ago when we were talking about the COVID crisis and systemic racism and how to talk to them. But now with things opening back up, I think we should start talking about inexpensive ways to have little vacations and getaways with the kids, so that their mind can settle a little bit. You
And
know?
I just posted something today that I retweeted that somebody posted, and it said, "Children have witnessed COVID-19, no school, quarantine, murders, riots. We're only 6 months into the year, and our kids
Right.
need mental health checks. So be kind to the kids. They get stressed out too. So that's very
Exactly.
important.
Yeah.
You're touching on that.
Right. Mental, it's all a part of mental healing. You know what I mean? I heard Anaya earlier talking about domestic violence and mental healing from an experience like that. Uh, Mental healing right now, we need to be able to take a break, have some self-care. Remember, we talked about drinking that water and staying hydrated as the temperature goes up. Make sure
Yes.
hydrate. You know, I wanted to talk about, you know, making sure that everybody provide some positive feedback to what you guys are hearing right now. I see a lot of people that are opening up on their posts, and a lot of people are posting about systemic racism and what makes other races tick or be very upset with us as individuals, as African Americans, or
Right.
stunt our growth. And a lot of people are going back and forth. Hence, a lot of people are not even arguing this issue productively, because they're not providing positive feedback. So I think in general, when African Americans are on social media asking questions about how they'd like other races to relate to us, I think it's a general question. It's not really up for debate whether we are
Right.
being systemic racism, or these things are happening. That's not up for debate. We are generally asking questions on for positive feedback. This is not anything to provide a debate, you know. And I think that a lot of people are getting into debates instead of that positive feedback, and then that's where a lot of these ruffled feathers are coming in, and a lot of the racism talk and a lot of the hate is starting to come back in it, where people can't even have educated conversations about racism, and it's putting us back at
Exactly.
step one.
Right.
So I just want y'all to sit with that for a couple of minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I mean, we're definitely misunderstood. Definitely that. And it's just crazy and sad that people caring for us is a problem.
Right.
Where people
It's a
highlighting our
problem
issues is a problem.
for Black lives to be highlighted.
Right.
I saw a Karen. No, now the
Of
Karens
course.
of the world has
Karen.
got so bad
Yeah.
that they have made a
I
Karen go
like
wild
Becky
page.
better. I like Becky better than
No,
Karen.
these are Karens. No, baby, Karen. And
Is
Karen
Karen okay?
literally
So wait,
called a black young lady the N word, and she
What?
said that she wanted to press charges, so she followed Karen on to the police station.
No way.
okay.
And she broke down and her voice changed up and everything, like Amy Cooper did
Oh yeah.
to the
yeah.
black birder in the
Yeah, the
New
bird
York
watcher.
Central Park when she
Right.
called the
Mhm.
police and acted a fool. Oh my God! Help me! Help! And she was just all in that man's face, ghetto, like she was living in the projects, but we
Right.
ghetto, okay?
Right.
But
right, yeah.
and, you know, and then she switched her voice and she was like, oh my God, I am so sick of this. I am sick of the riots. I am sick of you people. I am tired. That's a mental illness that you have.
That's what it
And
definitely
this is what
is.
they are,
They target us. They
what you
target
say,
us. You know why?
regurgitating on us. So
They
it's
are
like,
targeting us.
it's not our problem that you are dealing with your own self-hate issues and that you just don't want to be bothered with us as a people. But that's the reason
Exactly.
why we're 450 years behind and we've been slaving and everything else. So it's like, you don't get a right to cry. Because what have you suffered from truly?
Exactly. Yeah. We don't have time
I
to
think
grieve. We don't have time
yes.
to sit there and reflect. We have to tap dance and smile and mask our tears and wear a mask 300.
365 days. Yeah.
Okay?
That's what the
While
problem is,
you
I think, you guys. That's
can
what the big
cry
problem
and
is.
everything else. It's not cool.
It's too
It's not
much at
cool.
this point. We need to heal spiritually, guys. We really do. And that involves having an open mind, an open heart, and the ability to forgive and let new ideas into circulate. And I think that if we keep pushing that agenda, white America and other races will be able to see how to do us as African Americans because we're such a forgiving group of people. We want to heal. We want to people to understand where we're coming from because it's not really so different from any other groups that have had struggle. However, people just want to downplay us and minimize us for so many years. And I believe that that is the problem and why we're so frustrated. And that's why we don't want to talk about racism anymore without saying, look, you guys know what the hell you've been doing. So a lot of people are really just have had enough at this point. You know, we really do want to people to understand our plight and know that we need to heal. And healing involves allowing new ideas into circulate. Without that, racism and these whole ideologies will continue on. Point blank.
Exactly.
Facts.
I agree.
So support a black artist in June Black Music Month. Make sure you support an up and coming artist or somebody that you never really heard of or somebody who's doing really good things. That's how we can support the black community. You know, that's how we can uplift and make sure that we are vested in the material and content that is coming from our culture and community by supporting new artists and being behind them. I think that a lot of people don't have people behind them and they put out things and then the masses say, we don't necessarily stand for that. But if they had a group of people that were positive behind them and providing these youngsters with some direction, I believe that the creative content will come off a little more productive.
Absolutely.
Okay, everybody make sure you wear your PPE and make sure we practice safe social distancing with the states opening back up because we're seeing a spike in cases over here. I'm
Yeah.
here in New Jersey where we had a high level of corona cases. New York and New Jersey. New York is the epicenter. I'm like 15, 20 minutes away from there. So I want to make sure that everybody is practicing safe social distancing with that heat and wearing that mask. Make sure that you're getting a routine down because how many of you guys wore that mask and was about to pass out? That thing is a lot.
I mean, it really doesn't affect me that much, honestly, but to each his own. A lot of people do not like wearing it. But anything that I know is going to keep me safe, I've been making sacrifices all all my life. To look good,
Right.
waist trainers, high heels, honey. We've been as women making
Yeah,
sacrifices.
it messed with my
So a
breathing
mask
at some
ain't
point.
nothing for me.
No, it's not.
That messes with my breathing. So I just want to tell people to make sure that you map it out, because I've seen a couple of people almost ready to pass out, you know?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So what
So,
are we got? I know that we were running a little behind today. I
yes.
got Austin Tolliver that's on the line. He's going to be coming up next. We're going to be talking to him about his new music and his projects and things like that. So just some last minute thoughts that you have for the people tonight, Mrs. Coach Lena.
I just want to make sure that everybody is checking in on your loved ones and checking in on the children as a tidbit. Lady Diva and I were speaking on this earlier, just making sure that we're ensuring safety and stability, making sure we have a routine for the youngsters. It's already so much going on. We've been 6 months into the new year, and we've had so many adjustments for these children to have made, and it's hard for us as adults. So I just want to make sure that we're paying attention to the children and older folk, making sure we stay safe, wearing our PPE, making sure that we start that mental healing, which involves relaxation, spiritually being open-minded, and you're healing your heart, and making sure that we promote something. And since it's June, Black Music Month, some of the best artists are out there, of African American artists. Let's start celebrating them.
Definitely, definitely. Well, you guys, you can catch Coach Lena right here on Divas Lounge
Yes.
each and every Thursday.
That's
This
right.
is her information right here. She is a professional. She works with the Department of Children and Family out in New Jersey. She is amazing, and the CEO of Sharpen Minds. So she's making sure that she's sharpening us up and that we are practicing personal development and, just making us overall better people. So if you want to get in a session with her information is right there on the screen, and you can check her. She'll be back here next Thursday at 8 o'clock.
Yes.
Thanks, ladies. And
Thank
inbox me, guys,
you.
if you want some Sharpen Minds bands, all colors, okay?
Yes.
Awesome.
So
Oh,
let
I
you guys
love it.
know.
So show it again.
So if you guys inbox me at Sharpen Minds, and we have some giveaways, and I'd love people from out of state to be repping us and going for the mindset of Sharpen Minds and positivity in the community. So I will send you guys this if you check us out. Just ask
Perfect.
us about it, okay?
Awesome. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
guys. Keep doing what you're
Y'all give
doing.
it up for
You're doing
Coach
a hell of a job.
Lena.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Yes.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye, sweetie.
All right, guys. So up next we have Austin Tolliver that's coming on the line. Make sure that you guys follow us. All right, follow us on IG and Facebook. We are also live on YouTube. What up,
Yes, we
YouTube
are.
world?
Hey, YouTube people.
How y'all doing over there? If you're just coming in, make sure that you are subscribing and
Hey.
following the show. All right? And without further ado, we have Austin Tolliver on the line. Hey!
What's up, ladies? How y'all doing?
We're
We
good.
doing so well.
How are
doing
you?
tonight?
Shoot, I'm doing good. Just trying to figure out this dang camera thing and this light thing so my face don't look all weird.
No, you're fine. You sound great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I appreciate it. What's going on in y'all's world? I heard that wonderful woman preaching it to the masses over here while I was waiting.
Yeah. Yes, I mean, it's very important for us to all collectively try to talk about, what's going on in the world and come together for once as a people, as a human race. We're all human. It really shouldn't matter the color of your skin. You know what I'm saying? So, just to have you on the show tonight is awesome because we're all about diversity.
Exactly.
We should all be about that.
No, we definitely should all be about that. And to, just kind of piggyback off of what she was saying, and then I'll leave it alone until y'all want to talk about it again, or if you don't, then you don't. But
we can start there. We down. Let's go.
you know, it's real hard for me as a white man in America who's never been or had to deal with any type of oppression or any type of fear from being pulled over or any type of fear of running in my neighborhood, or, you know, I have never had to deal with that. And so what I'm trying to use my platform during this time for people to understand, especially in the white community, is understand that there's two separate Americas, and that ain't right.
Right.
Right, exactly. Right.
It ain't right. There should be absolutely no reason that laws that were enacted in the 17 and 1800s are still being levied down today, just in different verbiage. And so I hope that at the end of the day, we can take two separate Americas and make it into one whole America where everybody gets the same advantages as everybody else.
Right. And that's fact, because we can appreciate that, and we need more people like yourself to advocate on our behalf. And a lot of different races have been out there on the front line, fighting for us. Exactly. Because again, we should all be looking at each other as a people.
Yeah, but are the people who are out there really? And this is the thing I'm trying to figure out, because what I want to see is actual change. I don't want to see people going out there and just trying to get on TV and try to, you know, flex on the gram and show that they're down for the cause. I want to see people who will go speak to, you know, their local governments. They will go talk at town hall meetings. They will go and try to enact new laws and change new laws and petitions for new laws in the, you know, at the federal level. Like that's change.
Right.
Going out there and standing on a corner of a street during a protest that you don't even know what's really going on, and, you know, you're out there just flexing for the gram is a problem. Like, if you want to help, go try to use your advantage to change some laws around to be able to protect some people.
Definitely, definitely. So what do you think the conversation would be amongst, you know, your family and friends? Like, where do you think it needs to start within your community as far as how to start a conversation?
Well, see, that's the tough part, because, like, my family and my community, we ain't white. Like,
I kind of figured that. So what's your background? What's your nationality?
I mean, my nationality is for sure, like, as white as you can possibly get. Like, I'm like Irish. I'm like Irish and the rest UK or something, British or something. But, like, my skin tone may be white, but my heart's a bunch of different colors.
I'm just fixing my volume so I can be able to hear you a little bit more better on my end.
Oh no, you're good.
Oh, there we go. We go. Oh my God. So yes, you said that you were Irish.
Yeah, so I'm Irish and British.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, like, I'm like the exact definition of like a white guy. But my heart is a bunch of different colors. So we have a household that comes and goes of many different races and many different religions. So the conversation's a lot different than what you'd expect at my crib.
Nice. But for those that you may know that may not be comfortable, what would you say to them? Like, how could you start the conversation off?
I mean, I've had plenty of conversations with people in the black community that I would say consider their voice as being in a leadership position.
Okay.
And, you know, the first thing I say when I talk to people is teach me how I can help.
Right.
Because if I've never experienced something and I've never been involved with it and I've never had to worry about it, how can I truly understand what you're going through without being taught that?
Right. Ooh,
And
that's powerful.
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
Facts.
but that's the whole thing. It's just people in the white community just need to listen.
Yes.
Listen and learn. I mean,
Yes.
you don't know everything. Just shut up, listen, and learn. Because I promise you, when you go and put your Lululemon pants on tomorrow and you go run around your neighborhood, you ain't worried about that your neighbor coming out there in his 4x4 and trying to shoot you in the chest with a shotgun.
Right. Yes.
So, listen to people, have the conversation, and when you ask somebody to teach you something, shut your mouth, listen to what they say, and then act upon what they say. Simple.
Exactly.
I love it. I love it. We appreciate you even being a part of the conversation and not being afraid, because there's a lot of fear when it comes to this conversation, and we just have to take a different step. I mean, it's 2020. I really didn't think in my adult life that I would experience what my parents had to experience in the 60s and my great grandmother and everyone else. We never thought, we just thought we was going to learn the history of it.
Right.
So it's just very appalling that I'm in my 30s and I have to experience it.
I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss on this show.
Hell, fuck yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, good. There you go. 'Cause my country has there's a lot of things that I could say that I only know how to explain by throwing a few expletives in there, right? So
That's fine.
when it comes down to all this and y'all and like the history in the black community, history always repeats itself. It's always a cycle. Everything comes around. Now it's never going to be the exact same because there's no way the media, the government that would allow that because it would affect the economy in the world, right?
Right.
So the biggest issue right now, like from what I've been hearing and what I've been seeing, is you've got pockets of white people who are stuck in the old school dates, right?
Right.
You got pockets of that. Well, the problem is pockets of that end up being amplified into massive amounts of stereotypes on each and every white people.
Right.
All right, but on the flip side, it's the exact same thing for the black community, right? You can have a black man or a black woman who owns a Fortune 500, drives their $500,000 car, pays their bills, and they're always on time. And the next time there's a black on black shooting, they're going to immediately look at that dude when he's wearing sweatpants going to the store that he's a problem, and that's an issue.
Right.
Yes.
And what people as a people we understand, or where our differences are,
right,
is simply in our laws.
Yeah.
I have more access when I was growing up to multiple different forms of education.
Yeah.
I could have gone to multiple different private schools. I could have gotten any tutor that I wanted to get. There was programs all over the place, right?
Right.
But we need to start taking our money and our government dollars and census and demographic information, start really putting that together to where these inner city communities can have the exact same access to true educational programs to be able to educate themselves out of this constant oppression, because when the mind changes, the circumstance change.
Amen. It's definitely a mindset.
It's being forced, and that's the thing. That's the problem is you can't change something if it's forced upon you that change is not allowed.
Yeah.
And I hate that. I think it's ridiculous.
That's me playing. You can go ahead. I hear you.
No, I was just saying I hate it. I think it's ridiculous, and I just all I want is for everybody to have the same America. That's it.
Exactly.
I don't know what y'all
Definitely,
go through.
definitely.
I don't know what y'all go through. I don't know what y'all go through as black women. Do I want to learn? Do I want to learn, and do I want to know how I can physically help black women be able to further succeed in this life? Hell yeah.
Right. True. It's true. You're saying the truth, man. It's true. And we need to unify, you know what I'm saying, both sides of the playing field. We both, you know, we all need to unify with each other and identify the problems that we're having. You know what I mean? You know, it goes deeper because, again, you know, people say the black versus white thing, and then you got the mixed child. You know what I'm saying? Hi. Where do we fit in when grandma is from Ireland, great grandma's from Ireland, and great grandmother is black on the other side of the family? Where do we fit in? You know what I'm saying? So then we're also stuck at a place where, you know, some of us will understand and say, this is not right, and we'll side with our sisters. And then we have some that are the mixed race that is confused and scared to come out. You know what I mean? This has to stop. When we cut, we all cut blood. It's red. There's no other
Hell
color.
yeah.
And you know, it gotta stop. You know what I mean? We gotta stop hurting each other. You know, we're not. You know, I think America's not looking at the big picture. You see, we're on primetime TV. I'll compare it like we're watching wrestling. We're on primetime. Every other country is watching us, and they're laughing at us. We're supposed to be the greatest country of the world.
The American dream.
Everybody wants to be red, white, and blue. But where's the red, white, and blue when it comes inside of where we live? Everybody else is looking at us now and saying, I thought y'all was the big American dream. What kind of dream is this?
And it's the leadership as well.
Right.
It's the president and his leadership is what has the country divided, because there's no unity with him and the people.
See, that's.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, because just an example, like, you know, the people that went and fought on behalf of the Make America Great Again group. You know, they went on Capitol Hill, busted down, was in the police faces, hit them, and they stood there in peace. And when we want justice, we get tear gas, we get rubber bullets, we get the dogs put on us per se, and it's just like, wow. Like we can't even get a chance to even show our drive, go in our pockets without being shot. You know, it's like it's a conspiracy, and he's like, well, they're very fine people, and then he labeled us as dogs, and how he should bring out the batons and all that kind of 1960 talk. You know what I'm saying? And he just has a history of being racist, and that's the problem. You know, the world is going to follow his leadership, and it's not in order, so he's not really saying anything. So it's just like in the air, so they just kind of roll with what they see him put out. And he's always on Twitter saying crazy things. So, you know, it starts with him.
Yeah, well, see, that's another thing that I find to be like real interesting. Not interesting in the sense of like there's one situation that's better than the other or anything, but just interesting in the sense of like I can learn something here, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm not mistaken, during the Obama administration, there was a similar situation to what has happened now. So and then when that happened, it turned into a riot. The tear gas and everything was still there. Now, the difference is of course Obama he didn't come out and start talking shit essentially, right? But the effect was still the same, right? You still had tear gas, you still had rubber bullets.
Yeah, but it goes beyond, like, it was a difference with him because they still tried to stop him from doing a lot of things because he was the first black president. So I feel like the buttons that any other president could have pressed, he could not have pressed those buttons.
No, he didn't do
And
that.
it's because of his position and who he are, and that's what we're saying. As black folks, we always have to tiptoe. We always have to, and I just think that
it's hard, you know what I'm
It's
saying?
hard
It's
to
hard.
explain.
It's hard being a person of color and how we're always being told that's not the best thing to do, that's not the right thing to do. We could see on the other side of the fence do the same thing, if not worse. And they'll say, we sympathize with you, our hearts go out to you because we understand the trauma, the this, the that. But what about the trauma that those people faced? What about the trauma?
the continuous
The
trauma.
cities getting bombed with the United States government's ammunition and then telling them you can't rebuild your city back and that's it. And all different places in America where the black community says, okay, we'll make our own communities and we'll grow and we'll do our thing, and it gets destroyed. Or even in the latest movie, The Banker, showcases how a man had to hire, you know what I mean, hire a white man who was really cool. He was a really cool guy. It was his friend. They had to hire him to act as if he was the buyer, so that way they can establish.
That's my point. Two different Americas. That's my point.
Oh, and another reason to answer the Obama question, they put that in the hands of the state, of the governors.
Mhm.
I mean, because that's the reason why Trump is mad now, because there are some governors and mayors that are willing to go against his grain. Meaning that what they're telling him to do, they're not doing. They're actually going out there and standing with the people. But he's like,
politically,
no,
I get
y'all
that.
need to be right. So I think I just wanted to answer, like, to kind of, because I was trying to answer the question, but I went kind of blank. But that is on a state level, and this is why there's police brutality, and it's more so of like the police departments, the chiefs, like the people within them that rules that world, that put out those commands. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'd be the police department.
Yeah, so that's another question that I have, and again, I'm getting educated a little bit here, right? Before we get into this, my question is if it's take Trump talking shit out of it, okay? Let's just take that out of it right now.
Right.
Does Trump control state or local police? No.
No.
Okay, so if he doesn't control state or local police, and
look at the
President,
things that he's saying. He's
no,
like,
I'm saying take that out of it for just a second. Take that out of it for just a second.
Okay.
I agree with you. What he said is ridiculous, right? Like I'm not arguing. I'm not sitting here arguing pro-Trump or anti-Obama or anything.
We know.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is let's just set that aside for a second because we're already in agreement that that's bullshit.
Gotcha.
All right, so what I'm saying is if that's at the chief of police and the state police and issues that of the actual police department is at the state level, which is
level because
so how do we? That's my point. If it's state level, let's take the federal side out of it. Let's take Trump's mouth out of it for a second. How do we fix the state level issue as a people? Because you can't vote that. You can't. But that's what I'm saying.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
That's what we really control as a people.
You gotta be.
Hold on for a second. This is what we control as a people. When you vote on a state level, we're voting for the governors, the members of Congress, state legislators, mayors, judges, and city officials. And city officials meaning the sheriffs, all those other positions, superintendent, and all of those things. So we really control that more than our votes for presidency, because presidency goes to the electoral vote. Even though you can have the popular vote, that's not what you win based on. So it's still a group of people that controls who's going to be president. But we control it more on a state level as a people. So we have to vote.
I mean, we have to vote, and as well as we have to educate ourselves. Our libraries, except for right now, COVID-19, are open. You can go get get your book and find the state statutes for your state. There is no excuse for no one not to know their state statute. That's on our own mindset for us not to know our state statutes. When it comes to an election, it is given to you, and it's up to you to get it. Just like you pick up your cell phone and you say, I want to learn this phone, it's the same equivalent if you want to learn the law. I work for the county, okay? I work in the county so I'm kind of, I kind of see both sides. But that's how they get you, because literacy, to be able to know, to read and comprehend what you read and understand it, is the line where America will fall short. Because if you don't read and understand what you're saying, that's where they get you, because you're going to have a translator translating to you their interpretation, and that's not the truth. And that's what America needs to stop doing. You need to pick up the book and read.
So that with that being said, what you just said, it goes back full circle to what I was talking about at the beginning. So
Right.
Is the real answer education? Or is the real answer money?
It's neither real. Education has a lot to do with money. Should have nothing to do with this. This is about integrity.
No.
This is about
What
you
I'm saying
as a
about
human
money.
race.
Yeah, what I'm saying about money is physically funding programs.
Yeah, funding the programs. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about, is the money the more important
yeah,
part?
that's why they're
To
trying
generate,
to. That's
yeah.
why they're trying to defund the police department, because they're getting $100 billion a year to go into black and brown communities to over police. This is what they're being funded. So that's the reason. Now they're going towards, okay, let's defund the police, but it will only take 30 million to stop homelessness. It will only take 20 million. What they said, another 40 million for everybody to have free education.
True.
But y'all are giving $100 billion to the police.
No, see, I agree with y'all completely. This is what I'm talking about. I had this exact same conversation with one of my managers, Prince Howard, who is a black executive in the music industry and absolutely kills it. Me and him had this exact same conversation the other day, and the questions that I am asking you are the exact same questions that I asked him, and the answers that are being given are consistent inside the black community, right? Which is why I already have the very next question to ask you, because this conversation has already taken place with me 10 or 15 times, right? So the important thing here now for the white community is for us to be able to support the laws, to be able to change those situations to where we can further support education. It's not going out there and doing a rally. It's not going out there and doing a protest or throwing Molotov cocktails into buildings and making the protest look like shit.
But you got to understand that is a part of the civil rights of black people. That was the only way throughout all of our history for us to be heard in some type of way.
Yeah,
that is the history of the black culture. So that the thing is, you got to understand, if we're going to get deep, there's a lot of organizations that pay to be a part of this, to make the culture look bad and to look like animals. And
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It was more evident than it was ever before. We know that they're paid crisis actors. We know this. We know, just like when it came to Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, that they had those groups, the KKKs and things like that, that organized to take them down, that organized to, like the Black Panther, they made sure that they labeled them as a hate group when what they were doing was trying to come together as brothers and sisters to protect our community.
Yeah,
but
so let me.
Anything that we do, we get labeled as animals. So, you know, that
No.
like,
Let me
people
explain.
are out there for real protesting, but just like Target, it came out. That was a detective. He was a white guy. He was a detective.
No, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I'm not talking about when I say you shouldn't be at the protest. I'm not talking about the black community. I'm
Okay.
talking about the white. What I'm saying is the
community.
white community doesn't need to be down there affecting the protest and affecting the community, the black community calling out injustice. We need to be supporting that by working the back end in the lawmaker division to be able to change things. We don't need white people going down there and lighting Molotov cocktails and throwing them in a building, right? Like, we don't need that because that's putting
We
a
don't
bad.
need them, but we do need everybody. The
Yeah,
thing
but
is, it's just hard to separate the evil with the good. That's the thing about it. So it's like we can't say like the white people don't need to be out there because they've actually been making sure that they protect us by being on the front line because they're not macing them. They're not tear gassing them. It was in Minneapolis, it was 20 white women that formed a line in front of all the black people protests. And when they did that, shit changed. There was no more tear gassing because just like how we look at ourselves as our own for protection, they see their mothers and their grandmothers and things like that in those women. But they don't see that. They don't see us as being humane, and everybody was out there getting it. It was just not black people. There's a lot of young people that were hurt, that their eyes are gone, their chest got wounds, because they are willing to fight. It's like everybody at this point is tired. So like they say, it's like everyone against the racist. It's everyone versus racist, not necessarily black versus white. You get what I'm saying?
See, that's the education I'm talking about right there. This is the type of shit people need to hear because
Yeah.
that right there ain't being shown on my TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
That ain't being shown on my Google ad.
Yeah.
Speaking of Google and stuff like that, as I'm looking at your music videos and stuff like that, and people look
What a
you up
segue.
and research you. Yeah, I got because we got to talk about your music.
Yes,
Because
definitely. And
people
that
are
video
asking
dope.
me questions.
Hold on. Before you get there, I just want to say this, and then I'm not going to talk about it anymore. We can talk about whatever y'all want to. I'm just going to say that I wish that everybody in the white community would just shut up, listen, and allow people just like this conversation we just had to happen multiple times, and then help the change. That's it. I love everybody. Let's go.
Yes, but I also think because it has to. We really have to look like if you're a Christian or you believe in a higher power, which brings love and joy, and it's supposed to be like you're supposed to love your neighbor as yourself. I think that's really where it starts too, because there's a lot of people that will go, they will sit, they will vote, they will do that, but it doesn't mean that their hearts is changed. We need the people's hearts to change and to feel love.
Two Americas need to become one.
Yes. Because I'm all about the love. Like, let's just love each other. Let's cook for each other. Let's watch each other. Like, it takes a village. And I just think, like, we just need to come together because we have more in common than we do in differences.
Yes, ma'am.
Bingo. And speaking of that, like your country and you have a rap country twang kind of thing going on, right? Is that how you describe yourself as an artist?
Yeah, so I grew up in Louisiana, and growing up in Louisiana, you grow up around multiple different cultures,
Yes.
tons of different music. I mean, let me tell you something. I've been over to more of my boys' houses and eating more collard greens than I could even care to eat. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, when it
I
comes,
gotta make you a pot.
hey, I'll eat them things too. Look, but when it comes down to it, is that culture of being from Louisiana makes you fully accepting and fully embrace all different types of music. And so,
Yes.
what we'd be at parties, in high school and stuff, and we'd be sitting on tailgates of trucks around a bonfire, and you'd hear George Strait, you'd hear Garth Brooks, and next thing you know, you'd hear Boosie and Tupac pop up, and you're like, oh, yeah.
Which that's two are like two of your main artists that you like is Garth and Tupac, right?
Oh, I love Garth, love Tupac, love Boosie, love Kevin Gates.
Okay.
Yeah,
like I can go on and on and on and on
he
and
nasty.
on.
He like the nasty stuff. He like Kevin
Hey,
Gates.
let me tell you something. I can get that down.
I love it. I love it. But it's crazy because like everything in life, like me, I was going to school to be a doctor. I had no idea I was going to be in radio and go to broadcasting school and millions would hear my voice and I'm, and I was trying to be a doctor. So it's amazing how like you kind of think you have a plan for your life and it turns out different because you were a football player. You were
Yeah,
playing football on your way to the NFL, and it was like boom, music became a part of your life. I mean, you almost
yeah,
went all the way up to the overseas, playing overseas, right?
yeah. Well, I was gonna play. I played arena ball here, and then I was gonna play in the NFL, but I figured out there was an unwritten rule in the NFL, and that unwritten rule is there's only 5 short white wide receivers allowed at one time in the league, and I made number 6, so it was time for me to go do something else.
Wait, that's racist as hell. What?
Hey, let me tell you something. If you go back and do all the math, there's only 5 short white dudes in the league at one time. I'm telling you.
Yo, I
Yeah.
had no idea that even existed. I mean, I know it's more black
No,
players, but
it's
like,
not a real. It's not a real rule. It's just like if you go back and look, there's always just 5, and so
right,
like
right, 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 right,
yeah.
right,
So
right. I
like
get
at
what
the
you're
time I
saying.
was coming out, there was already 5. So number 6, I was like, that ain't gonna work. Let me
Right.
go entertain the world a different way. And so I jumped into music and said, hey, hell yeah, I'll entertain this way.
So, what was it for you? What was the epiphany in the music where you was like, "Yo, I think I can do this"? Like, what turned on that light bulb?
I mean, my buddy, who is also my creative director, Ty Clark, we linked up one day in 2018, and we were talking about music, and he had just released a song, and I was like, bro, I could do that. I would stomp your song's ass. And he was like, all right, bet, let's go to the studio. And I was like, all right, let's go. And we went to
Yeah.
the studio, and it was my first time at a studio, and I fell in love with it. And I said, this is what I'm going to do the rest of my life. And in my last interview that I did, I put Drake and Post Malone on notice, so I'll be coming after them next, and
Yeah, cause
hopefully
you
I get.
love you some Post Malone too. You
Hey,
know.
this is what I've been saying, man. Is if I can make Post Malone, who's at the top of the game, and Drake, who's at the top of the game, look in the rearview mirror and say, "Uh-oh, somebody's coming to, steal a little bit of our thunder." You may get an even better Post and an
Right.
even better Drake. So
Like,
I ain't coming at them
and you're.
saying I'm the shit. I'm coming at them because I just want to see how good they can be.
I love it. I love it. So I mean, it's more fun for you as well.
Yeah,
Like
this
it's
is
just a lot of
like
fun for you.
life is fun for me, right? But this is competition. I take my
Yeah.
football attitude into my music business.
Okay.
I love it. I love it. And shout out to Sabrina, who's your publicist. Shout
Oh,
out to
Sabrina's
her. And
crazy, yo.
yes. And let me tell y'all, my YouTubers, when you guys get off of this line, y'all need to type in Austin Tolliver and check out his Tennessee drip. I love this video. The video is out.
Yeah.
It dropped in March and it's super dope. And I wish I was one of the girls twerking behind you. Okay.
Hey, I twerked in the
It
video.
was so much fun.
Yeah. Just let them gotta hear this.
Thanks.
Hey. Yo, that swag real serious now. Girls be after you. Hey.
You in trouble.
I just like that
Hey.
double truck he got there. I mean, he
Yeah,
got
that truck is dope.
that damn truck.
Yo, we
And
almost
you
went to
was
jail that
drinking,
day.
let me tell
Who
you.
owns that truck?
Yo, and that barn scene, yo, this is dope. This is
Yeah.
dope. Like,
Definitely.
I love that you're coming in season, like prepared. You're doing everything that you would if you were signed to a major label.
Yeah.
And that's important. The visuals, having these professional videos, your
So
songs
cute.
mixed and mastered. This is important, being an artist. And so for you to just be coming out the way that you are, it's like, yo, are you who you signed to? Because that's what it looks like. So congrats
That's
on
the
that.
goal of it. Thank you very much. That's the goal of it.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, my team is so good. They're so good. We shot that video. We shot 2 videos in 3 days.
Wow. How did you do that?
Just worked our
Was you
ass off.
drinking Red Bull all day?
Hell no, we were drinking whiskey all day. I was just fucked up.
I was gonna say that he is country.
Okay,
Yeah.
I forgot. He's in Tennessee.
Right, he is
Tennessee.
country. He not gonna say anything. He's not gonna say no vodka. He's not gonna say no wine.
Hey, let me
Well,
tell you
what part
something.
of Tennessee?
Hey, I got vodka in there right now for y'all, right there, baby. I got vodka in there now.
Woo! We got our vodka too. It's strawberry vodka.
Well,
I hear that.
No, I drink tea. That's it.
No, but like my team is so good, man, and they threw this whole thing together, and the guy who shot my video, the director, his name's Gio Rodriguez. He's done DJ Khaled, Lil Wayne, T.I. and Tiny show, Survivor.
Nice.
Yes.
My people just get it done, man. That's just plain and simple what it is.
That is what's up, and you call yourself the punk rock cowboy.
Yeah.
I love it.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Oh, I love me a country guy. Like, what part of Tennessee are you in right now?
I'm in a small town. I'm in a small town just outside of Nashville.
Okay.
Oh,
Ooh,
we right by the city
Nashville,
of
the
music.
city of music,
Period.
the city of the lights, the city of the dreams. So have
City
you
of-
recorded at one of the?
City of hasn't evolved in years.
That's true though. Y'all very slow because my family lives in Myth. My father, he's from Arkansas. That's where he's at now. So, woo, so far behind.
Gotta evolve.
Yeah. Well, you got to help him out with that. You got to help him out with that. And so you have a lot of songs. You've been coming out with a lot of music during this pandemic. Let artists out there know why it's important, no matter what comes your way, in order for you to kind of get to that success, you have to keep it moving. So why was it important for you to still be creative and innovative during this time?
Well, for one, you gotta work.
Yes.
Because there are rappers in Florida, Georgia, Chicago, California, singers all over the world in different cities, states, countries, whatever, that are working.
Yeah.
And if you ain't willing to put in the work, you ain't gonna make it in this business.
Right. That's that.
And I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, I wake up in the morning every day working for my fans. They need to be entertained, and it's my job to entertain them. And if that means I've got to do a EP a month or 3 albums in a year, that, whatever they want, they're gonna get, because at the end of the day, the fans are what help me be able to continue to create. And so it's my job to be able to give that back to them.
Right. Definitely.
Am I the only one on here now? What's up, everybody? Hey.
I checked out a little snippet of what you have with your reality show, and it looks very interesting. So tell us a little bit about that.
All right, well, the camera just disappeared just a second ago, so I don't know what the hell just happened. But
No, I
the reality.
did that. I just wanted to have you on the screen. I did that.
Oh,
on
my
purpose.
bad. You should have told me that. You're looking like a fool, man.
Why did you do that to him? Why did you do that to him?
I was like,
She's sorry. Okay.
Straight up just went,
I
I
was
don't know
like-
what the hell just happened. What's up, y'all?
Right. Now I was trying to show them, like, this is your life right now. Just you on the screen. You taking people behind the scenes in your home as you
Look
get
at that.
ready.
What if I was
thought-
naked from the bottom down?
Wow. Well, they'll be buying your music some more then.
For real. We would have been looking like,
Oh, shit.
my bad. We a little nutty. Sorry, you weren't ready.
Sure,
Oh,
if
I
they got
know.
OnlyFans, that's just
Oh yeah, have you?
No, I gotta be like.
Hey.
But no, hey,
Oh,
the reality TV show's dope. Like, it's a dope thing. I'm proud of it. We're doing it in multiple different ways. We're gonna do like vlog style, but also do like traditional recording, like a film style. And we're gonna let people in to see our process in the studio. We're gonna let people in to see our process writing songs, and then of course into my daily life and just see the bullshit that I do, I guess.
Right, right. Well, I love it. I love it so far. It looks like it's going to be very interesting. Now, are you in a relationship? Do you have a girlfriend?
I've been married for 13 years.
Congratulations! I'm going on 15.
Thank you.
It'll be 15 this month. So that's awesome. So is Wifey gonna be a part? Is Wifey gonna be a part of the reality series? Are you bringing her into the world, or you gonna let her? You know, they gotta wait a little bit for her.
She could give a shit.
Jesus Christ.
So does she have any insecurities like, oh, now you want to be an artist, or you gonna be in the clubs, or like you gonna be out late, or is she like really down for like your dream?
You don't see his face.
She don't care at all.
You see his
face? Okay. Yeah, because a lot of women do. A lot of women.
Right, but
they don't.
But as you were asking the question, the face said it all. He didn't even have to say nothing. He just he looking at you like, child, please.
Well, that's awesome because a lot of people don't have a supportive spouse. So that's amazing that she's willing to, you know, ride with you on this. So what is next?
So
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So next we got an EP that's supposed to be dropping soon, and if you want, I will drop an exclusive play for y'all of one of the new songs.
Yes.
Let me turn these things off. Hold on.
You can hear us? No, I said yes. That's what's up. We break exclusives for sure. So we definitely want that exclusive right here on Divas Lounge. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna give you one of the new songs that's gonna be coming on the EP, and they're probably gonna kill me. I don't care. So this song is called Saddle, and it's pretty dope. So here it comes.
Let's go.
I'm on top of me, baby, straddle. Saddle. Move that body like a snake, baby. Yeah.
Hey.
We gon' make a bed, break, hear it. On your way, baby. Hop on it. Let's do it. The rodeo's in town tonight. You know I'm drinking. Step on it. Get to it. I'm home alone. You better know just what I'm thinking. All the things we can do here in my room. Starting tonight. One time until noon. All right, that's what you get right there.
Hey, I like that, yo. That's gonna be a banger. That's gonna be a banger. I love how you intertwine the genres of rap and country together. It got that bop to it. You know what I'm saying? So, people gonna like that one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They gonna like that one. Thank you so much for letting us hear that new project. Oh my God, I cannot wait. So when you drop that,
it ain't no thing.
You know you gotta. Yes, you gotta come back on the show so that we can talk about that new EP when it drops. It was such a pleasure talking to you. Like, this was an amazing interview. Just talking about everything that's going on and then everything that you got going on. So we really appreciate your openness tonight, and just your willingness to be a good sport. So we thank you. You're awesome. Now
No,
let
I
the people know
appreciate
where
y'all.
they can reach you. Yes, let them know where they can get that music, your YouTube, all that good stuff.
Well, before I do that, I just want to say thank y'all very much for allowing me to come onto the show. Thank you very much for allowing me to be exposed to y'all's platform, and it's a hard-earned platform that y'all have created, and I don't take that lightly. So I really appreciate that, and everybody can find me on Instagram at Austin Tolliver Music. You can find me at Facebook at Austin Tolliver Music Official, YouTube Austin Tolliver Music, and Spotify and all that other shit at Austin Tolliver.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Austin Tolliver.
Appreciate y'all, fam. Y'all have a good one.
See you later, fam. Thank you so much.
Peace.
Later. Peace. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We had a great show tonight. Great conversations. This is how it is on Divas Lounge. You know, we talk about everything in between. So make sure that you guys follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Now, I knew I was supposed to give out an announcement. We were just running a little bit behind tonight. So what it is that we are going to randomly select a person to give some funds to, but you must be following WMRR and Divas Lounge. And that's on Facebook, IG, and Twitter. So we will be looking.
Look.
And on June 30th, we will pick the winner right here on Divas Lounge.
Yes.
All right.
So come and win you some cash.
Come and win you some mother freaking cash. Thank you guys. Thanks again to our coach Elena for stopping by.
Yes.
Oliver Tolliver was very, very great, and I just love the conversation that we had with them. It's very necessary, and I just hope that we can all begin to do this around the world. You know what I'm saying? If you would like to be on the show, make sure that you're following the Divas Lounge on IG. It has all of our contact information, the email, and you can email me or DM me, and we can go from there. Yeah, so we'll see you Tuesday, right back here on WMRR.
And don't forget, she loves you for
free.
They love you for free. Till next time.
Till next time, y'all.